You deserve this, Donald Trump. California Governor Gavin Newsom was on a tear yesterday, ripping Donald Trump to shreds. He was showing moral clarity, authority, power, and putting Donald Trump in the pathetic little place where Donald Trump belongs. Here's what Governor Newsom posted, all caps, mocking Donald Trump. Wow! 3 exclamation points. Dozy Don was fast asleep while JD, Just Dance Vance, held his weak little press conference, referring to what took place after the meeting in the White House between Trump, the Republican leaders, and the Democratic leaders in the House and the Senate. Total soap opera, very bad acting, awful dancing, way too much eyeliner, sad. Trump's big, ugly shutdown is a disaster. Democrats are fighting to stop it, to protect health care for 20 million Americans. Crooked Trump and his cronies want to take it all away, only for them to have. They want to rip health care from grandma, your kids, everybody. Very sick. Not good. Vance and Trump will lose badly. Don, enjoy your nap. JD will join you soon. On the couch. Now 100% more tariffed. Thank you for your attention to this matter, GCN. And it was quite pathetic that Donald Trump refused to allow the press to be in there at that meeting with Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries in the House and Chuck Schumer in the Senate. Trump was too afraid to let the cameras in because Trump knows that this is a Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein shutdown. Governor Newsom then posts the following. Dozy Don, very low energy today. People are saying they've never seen him so tired, so weak. He is stumbling through his words. Sad day for America, GCN. And there he was referring to that pathetic press conference that Donald Trump held with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where Trump said, this is my 20-point peace plan. When you actually read it, it's like Donald Trump takes over Gaza. Donald Trump builds all of his hotels or whatever he wants to do in Gaza. It's the most ridiculous plan imaginable. And didn't you say you were going to accomplish that on day one, Donald? Then in response to the White House rapid response account, quoting Just Dance, JD Vance, saying, Democrats want a $1.5 trillion spending package that funds free health care for illegals. Governor Newsom goes, blatantly false, you dipshit. That's what you have to call these dipshits sometimes. You just got to call them. And you know what? I don't love cursing, but when it comes to these MAGAs, you have to treat them like this because they are pathetic. And their behavior with the constant lies and the whining and the playing victim and the fire hose of disinformation flooding the zone with lies like, oh, Democrats want transgender operations in Peru. It's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. 20 million Americans are about to lose healthcare. In addition to the Americans who you pulled off of healthcare on Medicaid and who you harmed on Medicare, because Americans are not going to be able to afford the Affordable Care Act the premiums if the tax credits expire. That's just the reality. This is a very serious issue. And Donald Trump last night was posting AI slop of Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, like wearing sombreros and like fake words in their mouth. It's just really pathetic that that's Donald Trump's behavior. Pop Base reports Donald Trump announces 100% tariffs on all films made outside the U.S. Trump said this like 4 or 5 months ago also, that he was going to tariff all movies or productions made outside the U.S. So he said it again yesterday. That caused the stocks of movie companies to tank yesterday. And Governor Newsom writes, you're already paying more for eggs, coffee, toys, shoes, electricity, furniture, cars, and flights. Now Trump wants to raise taxes to see the movies, pay more and enjoy nothing. That's Donald Trump's America. Well said, Governor Newsom. Then in response to this post by RFK Jr. saying, MAHA wins, exclusive. Swedish fish maker will switch food dyes to natural, not synthetic. Governor Newsom writes, Trump and his lapdogs are shutting down the government to rip healthcare from 20 million Americans. But don't worry, America. It's now healthy again because Secretary Brainworm removed dye from your candy. By the way, do y'all remember when the former First Lady Michelle Obama just suggested that school lunches should be healthier? Remember how the Tea Party and the precursors to MAGA acted then? This is a government takeover. They're sending the troops into our city. Because Michelle Obama said, maybe we should just cut out some sodas from school lunches. The federal government, states' rights, states' rights. Can you believe Michelle Obama saying that? Now, the Trump regime is literally sending in the military into our cities to terrorize them and telling you how you need to behave according to the regime standards. Also, yesterday, MAGA's latest tantrum that they were throwing was over Bad Bunny being announced that he would be the halftime show for the next Super Bowl. And so all MAGA was like, I'm boycotting the Super Bowl, because this is their next culture war issue. So Governor Newsom posts this photo of JD Vance in drag when he was younger. And Governor Newsom's like, I'm boycotting the Super Bowl because Bad Bunny dressed in drag. And you see there JD Vance dressing in drag. It's just so interesting that JD Vance is like anti-LGBTQ because when he grew up, he was telling people that he was gay. And now he says that that was a mistake. He wasn't really gay, everybody. He wasn't gay. And right now he wants everybody to know that he's anti that right now. I mean, he's changed his name 3 times. Okay, JD. Okay. Hey, everybody. Ben Meiselas here from the MeidasTouch Network. I wanted to let you know about my podcast partner, Michael Popok's new law firm. It's called the Popok Firm. Michael Popok's pursuing his dream of starting his own law firm, really based on the popular demand by all the Meidas Mighty and legal AFers who were approaching Michael Popok with their cases and saying, can you help us? And at that time, Popok was not able to. So he went out on his own. He started the Popok Firm, where he is now handling catastrophic injury cases like car accident cases, trucking cases, malpractice cases, big negligence cases, wrongful death cases. So if you or someone you know have a case like this, the consultation with Popok's firm is free. Give him a call. See if you have a case. It's thepopokfirm.com, thepopokfirm.com, or you can call 877-POPOK-AF, P-O-P-O-K-A-F. So 1-877-POPOK-AF. Give Michael Popok a call. And I'm really proud of you, Popok. Thanks for all the hard work you're putting in. Then Benny Johnson goes, this is Bad Bunny. He was just announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Massive Trump hater, anti-ICE activist, no songs in English. He even canceled his entire U.S. tour for this reason. Effing ICE could be outside my concert, and it's something that we're worried about. Then Governor Newsom responds with an emoji of, how someone does their nails, that emoji, because Benny Johnson. And then Governor Newsom goes, Benny, calm down. We all know you listen to Bad Bunny, LOL. Well said. Perfect. Then Governor Newsom says, California is excited to welcome you to the Super Bowl, which is taking place in the Bay Area, February 26th. Welcome, Bad Bunny. Meanwhile, the Daily Beast reported that the former Fox host Pete Hegseth is reportedly spiraling out of control, being described by staffers as manic. Governor Newsom responds, he deployed 4,700 soldiers to an American city. Manic seems about right. Then in response to the news that Hollywood studios' stocks are falling after Donald Trump said he's imposing a 100% tariff on foreign films, Newsom writes, the governor tried to explain this to Trump months ago when this was initially proposed, that his actions will cause irreparable damage to the U.S. film industry. Today's move is 100% stupid. Then Governor Newsom posts 2 sets of headlines. First, Newsom's plan. TV producers have been flocking to California after expanded tax credits. The state announced the first 22 projects to take advantage of its hefty new incentives to attract production. Newsom policies. In contrast, Trump policies. Hollywood studio stocks fall after Trump foreign film tariff vow. Governor Newsom then responds to this headline. The Trump administration outlined a plan to revive the coal industry, including opening 13.1 million acres of federal land for coal mining. our beautiful land for coal mining, as Donald Trump destroys clean energy, destroys solar and wind energy. Back to coal. Governor Newsom goes further proof that Donald Trump lives in an alternate universe. While the Trump administration uselessly funnels hundreds of millions of dollars into a deadly industry and dead industry, California will continue to lead the nation with cheaper, more effective, renewable energy sources. In response to this headline, rural health clinics are closing after Trump's one big beautiful bill raising the legislation's political risks. That was back from September 22nd, 2025. But Newsom posted it yesterday as the MAGAs are lying about what the consequences are that Democrats are trying to stop from happening. Newsom writes, Donald Trump and Mike Johnson are the reason rural hospitals are being forced to close. Governor Newsom then posts, Trump really just said, make black lung great again. I think this is an important story that deserves more attention as well. And Governor Newsom, fortunately, is highlighting it. Donald Trump is weak on drugs. He illegally yanked the California National Guard troops off the border, undermining fentanyl enforcement. Now federal drug prosecutions have cratered to their lowest level in decades. Insane. This is a Reuters exclusive. It's an important story for you to read. I'll give you the highlights of it. Federal drug prosecution fell to its lowest level in decades as Trump shifts focus to deportation. So as Donald Trump took the resources of the FBI and the DOJ and moved it towards attacking people in Home Depot parking lots and food vendors and people who are working in factories and farmers and roofers and other construction workers and people working in restaurants or people showing up to their court appearances to seek asylum. Donald Trump shifted the resources to attack people who are hardworking people in America. Okay. And he removed the resources to actually go after the drug dealers and the gangs. They're getting off right now. They are not being prosecuted. There's a massive drop. Federal drug prosecutions dropped 10% in 2025 as agents focus on immigration. Number of new cases being filed is the lowest in decades, according to this Reuters analysis. High priority drug investigations have stalled, and especially like the smart, intelligent, long-term ones that are important for getting results in the future, those are being destroyed as well. This shouldn't come as a shock. Donald Trump fired all the top FBI agents or forced them out. Donald Trump's top federal prosecutors are his loser former criminal defense lawyers and personal lawyers. He got rid of the competent, qualified prosecutors. So this is the result that we're seeing right now. Also, in response to Trump's 100% tariffs on films like Mel Gibson's film, Governor Newsom goes, oh my God, Trump is now placing tariffs on Jesus? That is sick. Governor Newsom then posts this photo of a trash can and says, Trump stuns in recent Newsmax interview. Governor Newsom then posts the following. California beats out Texas and New York for the most Fortune 500 companies in response to Texas Governor Abbott saying Texas has won the Governor's Cup for the 13th year in a row. It's like, okay, Texas. And then Governor Newsom explains the following. What's the Democrats' position? This is what I love about Newsom. He frames these issues in very easy and not complicated ways. And this is how you have to speak right now, right? This is how we try to speak on the MeidasTouch Network. Democrats, here's their position. The funding deal needs to include extending the existing healthcare coverage for 20 million Americans. Donald Trump's response, go fuck yourself. That's actually the response. The White House spokesperson said regarding the Democrats' negotiations, Trump read all the shit they're asking for and said on second thought, go F yourself. You know, I don't like cursing on this network a lot, but that's what actually Donald Trump said. So I like that Newsom's acting with moral authority and clarity and showing the world that while Trump may be destroying large swaths of America, that California, which would be the fourth largest GDP of any country in the world, if California is a country, represents a stable, forward-looking, pluralistic, empathetic, democratic, small d state. There you have it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers, and thanks so much for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.